Hello. Sculpting Bat Boy again. What up, Pain? If there's anybody on YouTube, I will see them at some point, perhaps.
Is it still loaded?
It's loaded up now, but you know how it is. Ugh. Jeez, it is certainly a day. I did make a couple of it's a thing. I made a couple of off-screen or off-stream edits to the Bat Boy. Added a little bit of texture to the tongue, moved the lower teeth around, did a little bit of fiddling with the mouth, trying to figure out how to get this castable. I did not add any more brow. I moved the lamp up here a little bit, so that could be what it is. I am thinking I might yeah, he's got some pretty good forehead wrinkles going on. I'm considering changing the shape of the mouth just a tiny bit to be a little more Bat Boy-y. The Bat Boy has a very wide kind of mouth, and it sort of peaks. Like its widest point is actually reasonably high. So I think I may try and just get a little bit more of that in. Just to see how it looks. Let's see if I can get our YouTube stream going yet. No, it does not look like it. Well, maybe it's a different tab. I don't know.
Do you want to give it to me?
No, not really. It's all plugged in. Just this thing anyway. Yeah. We did get some stuff out of the kiln today. Also, additionally, we're enjoying some Mountain Dew out of our good old Elder Vampire. The really weird version. See, this is the kind of stuff why I don't like adding crazy teeth. He's missing one. part of the reason why I've got them. Look at my monitor for the YouTube so I can see YouTube chat as well. Yeah, so this is the yep, this is the very first. Oh wait, I got a whole thing for this. This is the first of the new, like, alien disease coffee mugs. This isn't the fully fired state. This is a piece of bisqueware, but it's had the rub out applied. So that's just a black underglaze wash, and then gets sponged off. Really pleased with how some of this came out. And I mean, you can't complain about the level of detail that the mold, those plaster molds captured. I mean, there's like literally fingerprints in this thing from where the from where I sculpted the clay. Nice. This area should be fun. It should be fun to paint. And I don't think I've been able to show one of these guys yet because I just haven't had one in this state. I did show one of these in the greenware. This is the unpainted, but it has the wash on it, and where you can really see the detail. Yeah, I mean, the rub out is kind of, it's kind of nuts. It will be more subtle than this once it's fully fired, because the glaze actually goes over my rub out now. I used to do that as the last step, and I found it works pretty good to do it first, at least for me. I like a more subtle kind of rub out. You see some potters that do them like they do all their glazing and then they give it another bisque fire and then they do a rub out after that, and I find it just way too harsh. This way it can show through my sort of transparent glazes, and it looks a lot more natural to my eye. There's a lot of stuff that I think is a carryover from all the painting that I did. All the extra crazy over the top contrast and stuff looks so it looks so wrong in my eye. But there are some people that really like a strong, like almost line work style rub out. It's not that it's like, not that that isn't a legitimate choice. It just doesn't look right to me. Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of times where people are doing specifically more kind of um, almost cartoonish looks, or things that look more like they're more toy like in the way that they're sculpted. So they might have a lot of detail, but it tends not to be it tends not to be real subtle detail. It's a lot of very strong graphical looking things. I think Big Studio does some really nice work. In that style. It's got kind of a weird, like, lowbrow pop surrealist aesthetic. But I think he does really well with it. Actually, Grant at Freaky Deaky Tiki just put out fairly recently, or he's still working on launching his crab and treasure chest. No, I think you're thinking about more monsters. His work is good too. He has a very distinct style. Hello, Sea Doodle.
Hey, long time no see.
Yeah. The Beetlejuice ones, that's
I'm gonna also assume Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
no, I don't think so. Well, Sea
Yeah.
Doodle maybe. Jen,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But Jen's not doing Thanksgiving
Wow,
today.
whatever.
We're doing okay, Sea Doodle. I forget. Are you doing Thanksgiving? Are you a states person, Sea Doodle?
Yeah, I was on tech support with somebody in the States today. They're like, Happy Thanksgiving. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to correct you. It's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it is still.
Sure.
I mean, happy Thanksgiving, whether you're doing Thanksgiving now or not.
Yes.
Just because it doesn't happen to be Thanksgiving here today. It's like it's 5 o'clock somewhere, kind of thing.
The Kit Kat. What? Did I miss a step?
No, he's got his ribs showing. He's...
Okay.
Oh, the kick. The Big Studio did do that one with the Kit Kat clock.
Oh, Kit Kat clock.
Yes, those little classic ones.
Clearly, I still paying attention.
No. The Beetlejuice one that I know of is Tiki. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. Oh, nice. Gotta love taquitos.
Is it Bera's line?
Hmm?
Nothing.
Ooh, rampant whodunit. Offering us best viewers.
Oh, is there a thing?
Maybe.
Okay. What do you mean maybe? Gotta tell me this stuff.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Mm.
That is,
Black.
I can't think of his handle right now.
Oh, you're,
Yeah,
Scotland guy.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny. We were actually talking about doing a meetup when he was in Canada. And
Oh, shit.
it's and it's a good name too.
Weirdly typing Scotland guy into search didn't work.
No, it didn't.
Um,
He hasn't been posting a whole ton just recently, so it's gonna be hard to find on Instagram.
hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Because he was. Actually, I might be able to figure it out to the website. Because he was one of our first customers.
No, you're thinking about Grant. That's Freaky Deaky Tiki. I think. Kooky Tiki.
Kooky Tiki.
Kooky
Yes.
Tiki. Yeah, we've been online friends for all of some time. It's Kooky Tiki.
Yes.
He does the Beetlejuice ones. Guy that builds crazy monster molds. That one you're gonna have to be a bit more specific.
Do you mean me?
I know a great number of people that do some crazy molds. That's actually the majority of people do the silicone mother molding or the silicone production molds so that they can make more of their molds. Let's see. Do I like that mouth? I know Van Tiki does some really good videos on the mold making process. If you want to go that direction, I think a lot of the tiki artists kind of follow his method for mold making. It's a little excessive for my taste. Yeah, it's very intense, and it's a no expenses spared kind of mold making. Not my bag. I do like the way More Monsters does his molds. He actually does shimline molds, so they're basically like, he builds tiki molds the way everybody used to do monster mask molds in like the 80s. It's kind of insane. But it is super old school. Hey Shred.
We have clothes for you, Shred.
We do.
Keep forgetting. Chewie came back from her dad's place and she brought back a bunch of like snow pants and stuff.
Yeah. I feel that nose, yeah. Oh yeah.
Boobies.
You haven't seen Bat
Snow
Boy
pants.
at all?
Pants.
Yes, Bat Boy's boobies came in. He's a big boy now, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
He is.
Well, you better find your son still cute.
He is weird. he's kind of a. It's the big head. I think. Really does make him look kind of adorable, but he's got a fun pissed off face. I'm accepting of how creepy the face is. At this point, I feel like I've proved my point adequately. It also
showed me.
It does not help that I don't think I find like horror movie monsters scary like at all. Like I was trying to think of monster movie monsters that have been like scary, and there hasn't been anything since I was like real little. I mean, I liked the monster from the Ritual, but I I didn't think it was scary. Like the I think the closest I get is you get that little bit of ugh when they do some more subtle effects. There was a really good. I was watching the Taking of Deborah Logan, which is a like possession movie mixed with a whole dementia thing, and they did a really good subtle like skin rip where she's kind of like at the doctor's office and like digging at her skin at her arm and just starts peeling the skin all off. And they did it. She's supposed to be a very elderly woman, so they've like really done a good job of making it look like she has very thin skin. Like that's grody. That's pretty good and effective. But yeah, like the Jotun monster, I just thought he looked really cool. Society. I don't know if I remember that one. I love a good body horror. Oh, socialite house party. I mean, that could be pretty cool. Um, I mean, the substance had some stuff. They did a really nice like haggy type back piece for Demi Moore that was quite good. Um, but yeah, what's a good scary monster, Shred? Are you susceptible to scary monster things? Oh, nice. The dead meat videos are pretty good for that sort of thing, especially movies that you can't, you know. Now is it all body horror, Shred? Are we talking like the classic stuff like The Thing? Or just like the skin peeling and the more realistic stuff, I guess. I need to watch The Color Out of Space again. That one was surprisingly quite good in spots. That could be a thing. Um, I saw a thing online. I haven't really had the chance to look into it, but there are good prints available of rabid grannies. There's like a 4K Blu-ray. Which I feel like that's a underappreciated, at least visually underappreciated horror film. I thought the weird kind of big head look for the rabid granny. I mean, I get it, Shred. I don't watch anywhere near as many movies as as I feel like I should watch. It takes me forever to get around to the new horror movies that are out. Oh, the Barbarian Monster was pretty good. I think that was oh damn, Um,
Oh, yeah.
not the one you're thinking of. It's the substance is it's it's pretty good. Like it's got good bits. It's got a good Japanese horror kind of aesthetic. Really over the top by the end. Um, I did think it was maybe marginally overhyped. Um, like it doesn't seem like it's quite what some of the hype would have you believe. In terms of like really shocking, disturbing stuff, not not really. Um, it very much borders on silly a lot of the time, which is, perfectly good fun in a movie. Silly horror movies are probably my favorite. Um, Brain Dead and Bad Taste immediately come to mind.
Hmm.
That and the some of the Howling sequels. The credits roll is very funny. I will give you that. I don't know if it's the best. Um, Sorry about that. Just have some stuff I'm required to be dealing with. But yeah, no, I thought it was fun. I thought the most fun thing in that particular movie, and Kane and I are speaking the weird twin language where we know what we're talking about. It's Howling 2. Um, the credit sequence to that is pretty nuts. Um, and very on point for the movie tonally. But I think my favorite part is it just being such a silly movie, like a deeply unserious silly movie with some halfway decent effects. Like, don't get me wrong, they did they did, you know, like they really put the effort in. But Christopher Lee going absolutely ham scenery chewing in that movie is one of my favorite things of ever to watch. Um, like like Christopher Lee putting in a an extremely solid classical type performance in a movie that silly is amazing. Uh, like peak Christopher Lee is, I think, some of the most entertaining to watch acting. There's Christopher Lee and uh, oh, the guy that voiced Chucky originally. Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif going full Brad Dourif is worth watching in every movie. That's he is the reason why my favorite Exorcist movie is the third one.
Do you want me to respond? So you just want me to
No, I just wanted you to see it. Yeah, I mean Max von Sydow was super good in the first Exorcist. Um, like that, the makeup they did for Linda Blair was really impressive. Um, I mean, for child acting, Linda Blair did an excellent job. Uh, Apparently, that was a pretty challenging environment for all concerned, which I guess makes that even more impressive. So, yeah, Brad Dourif going full Brad Dourif in the third Exorcist is worth a watch if you haven't seen it. There's even there's a director's cut version on Tubi that restores some, well, restores is a strong word, reinserts some stuff that got cut. It was from some fairly degraded print, I guess, so it doesn't look great in place, but it does add a little bit more a little bit more Brad Dourif to enjoy. And I think it does like it straightens out the narrative a little bit as well. In its original form, that movie makes a few leaps. But and if for whatever reason you can't think of like what Brad Dourif looks like, or a sort of Brad Dourif-y type performance, if you saw the original, the old Dune movie, the David Lynch Dune movie, he was the Harkonnen Mentat fighter. He does a pretty good job of acting pretty good and crazy in that too. And he was also in Mississippi Burning, if you're more of a drama person. Let's see. Got like that chin a bit better. A little more detail in it. Can I have my reference phone back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you haven't seen the nipples, you haven't seen your boy's back development either, Shred. He's been putting in that work. Said it before and I'll say it again. One of the best sculpting tools is a denture brush. Denture brush time all the time. Micah from Feral Works did a really good post on texturing to Instagram. I think yesterday or the day before. It just really shows the layering process of, you know, mark making and polishing and mark making and polishing. Like the head veins, they are, they feel like they're never not classy. Keep them nice and subtle. Kind of digging some of this like really wrinkled dry skin on this side. I need to pull some more of that in. The veins do just an amazing job of communicating like the tension in a figure. Like, you really get the sense that he's just absolutely cornered, like, you know, feral raccoon noises. Just this is the bat boy that you found disturbed behind the dumpster. Like, he's not gonna let that pizza box go. You can really see the elevated blood pressure. Where is my little Kemper? There you are. There's my little Kemper tool. Oh, Rat Man. That sounds super familiar. I can't remember seeing Rat Man. Oh, very cool. Is it a newer movie then? '88, yeah, okay. Because it does sound like, it sounds very familiar. It sounds like it's one of those things where it's just on the edge of like tickling the brain cells. Some of these nice concentric sort of compression wrinkles. I will check that out after the stream. That could definitely be a thing. If it's got a good Rat Man in it. A couple of movies that I need to track down. Probably first on the list is something called Funky Forest. It's a Japanese, like, sort of horror, sort of fantasy, sort of drug trip thing. I've seen several clips. Yeah, some of it is on YouTube. But it just seems like one of those movies that, you know, I follow a lot of movie accounts on Instagram, and when it's like, that is the most messed up thing I have ever seen, what movie is that from? It's always Funky Forest. Not always, like 80% of the time it's Funky Forest. The other 20% of the time it's Gentleman Broncos. Which, full disclosure, I also have not seen that one. Yeah, it was Kung Fu, where they cooked the attacking. Oh, I don't think that was a movie, Payne. I actually think that was Chinese TikTok. I tried to look into that one, and I believe that was a popular Chinese TikTok account. Oh, did they? Okay. We might be thinking different ones. Because the one of them, it was that they made a, like, they made a weird snake out of pork loin. But yeah, as far as I was able to determine, that was a very popular Chinese TikTok account. Was it Baidu? I think the original, or the Chinese version TikTok is called. I mean, we have a TikTok account. I don't really use it. As much as I don't engage with it that much. I try and post when I remember to. But I mean, you say you don't watch TikTok, but if you're on Instagram at all, you kind of watch TikTok, because a lot of stuff gets ported over from TikTok accounts. A lot of the things that I've seen on Instagram are from reposts from TikTok. Okay, I'm going to mute this for just a second while I make noises. There we are, back on sound. Oh, monster clay is just such great stuff. I don't know. I don't know if it's an old man thing or what, but I really truly appreciate the monster clay. I'm old enough to remember some of the monster clay predecessors. It just has some phenomenal working properties. Where's my little... There it is. Start getting into some poor textures. I think. It's so different working on actually, I put this too. I think I'll put this. It's so different working on these mugs than working on like human scale type sculptures. Really, a lot of it is the texture. Like I do a lot of kind of picking and choosing areas of texture on these mugs. So like the folds around the cheeks, the nose, the chin, a lot of that I end up doing with like a pour texture. Whereas if I was doing this on like a full scale 1-to-1 kind of thing, I would be doing a lot of this pour texture and stuff would be kind of everywhere. Daily motion, huh? I haven't thought about daily motion in all of the sometime. I'll have to check that out. Or will I? Yeah, maybe we could watch it in the. That would be a living room thing. We have a we have a Roku set up where we watch most of our movies and things on the bedroom TV. I don't know if that handles daily motion. They might have an app for daily motion. We do have the PC in the living room for. I mean, it's essentially for YouTube and whatever it is Drag Race comes on. What is it that Drag Race comes on? Crave. I don't know. I don't have the same patience for media consumption as some other people in this house.
Feeling very attacked right now.
I mean, it's not an attack. There's no judgment there. I just don't know how you and Jamie can watch like hours of programming. Drag race viewing party at the NAC. Are you aware of this kind of thing, Pi?
Huh?
Apparently they are having a drag race viewing party at the NAC, which I'm guessing is the something Niagara.
Niagara something something.
Yeah, no, that it's big. I feel like we've run into it before.
I don't know what the NAC. Oh, okay.
Niagara Art Center. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if they're doing everyone. Okay, because last week they had a viewing party for the first episode, but I didn't know they were gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It's because one of the competitors is from Niagara.
Oh. Okay. I have to take her word for the drag race stuff.
That's fine.
I have no problem with drag content. What I take issue with is reality TV.
It's fun.
It's not though. Reality TV is terrible stuff.
Well, okay, it depends on the reality TV.
It doesn't though, really.
It does. It does.
All the most tedious things about Drag Race are the reality TV things.
Well, okay.
It's the dramatic reality TV editing.
It's still fun show. I enjoy it.
You go ahead and do that.
I know.
Many people enjoy it. I have no patience for it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even what was it? The Jim Henson's. Like.
There have been so many of them that should be.
Technically, he should love that shit.
Things that I would want to
He
watch.
does not.
But no, that the way it is edited.
Yeah. That feels like a him problem.
Yeah. Oh, I detest Face Off. And I will tell you for why.
Tell us for why.
I have come to know a bit some of the people that were actually on the show. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it did good things for their careers and stuff, but I actually looked at some clips of like their work on the show, and it is nowhere near the work that they're doing as like artists, just independently. I know you have. Okay, but it's not really about being fast. It's about being stupidly fast. And under dumb circumstances, probably with pretty bad lighting as well. When they do the showing the like work off. So a lot of the times you'll see like you'll see somebody that's made something and you're like, well, that looks pretty shit. They must not be very good at this. And it's like, no, they are very good at this. They're very, very good at this. they just may not be what the editing team wants to showcase today. And I don't even think Face Off was like the worst for reality TV shenanigans. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they'll make them try and lug around a mold that they have no business lugging around. Or they'll make them try and like work in groups where they do everything they can to make sure that you can't work in a group. Because, you know, they're trying to stir shit and cause the drama. But yeah, I've found lots of people since we've been doing the Instagram thing that were on that show and doing not very impressive work on the show, or stuff that didn't look very impressive on the show. And then you can see literally pictures of some of the stuff that they did on the show looking better than it did on the show. It is remarkably deceptive. Oh, that. Where's my soft brush? Where's my soft? Oh, there it is. It's two. There are so many brushes. I've showed off this set before, but I'm gonna do it again. My wife found these for me. These are my mechanics, I think, or auto detailing brushes. I've got a steel wire brush, a nylon brush, and a brass brush. These things are great. Add this guy in and one of these. You can get a significant amount of your texturing done with these guys. This is a great little texturing tool. This is one that I made, but you can still get the get them made by Ken's Tools. And they do a really nice job. This is a cat for like a shedding type brush. Just cut down to a more manageable size. And I mounted it on a nice handle to make it more comfortable to use. I do a lot of stuff to make my tools more comfortable to use now. I didn't used to worry about it as much, but it really is kind of worth doing. Ever since I had to have my collagen injections in my wrist, or not collagen, cortisone injection in my wrist from sculpting and messing with molds. it doesn't seem like it's that much of a strain to do this stuff, but you know, if you, at least I find if you're doing something where it's like, you know, you're lifting a heavy object or something like that, you kind of like, you know, it's heavy, so you pay attention to what you're doing and you're kind of careful about it for the most part, unless you're like, you know, 21 and stupid. But when it's not that much weight, when it's, you know, 18, 20 pounds, that kind of thing, it's heavy enough to do damage, but light enough that you don't give it any respect. Yeah, all day, every day. It's the repetitiveness that gets you. It's not the weight, or not the exertion. It's the repetitiveness. Have you ever done the injections? Did they work for you? There is a clinic in St. Catharines that I could recommend. My doctor referred me, and the way they do the cortisone injection is they do it with an ultrasound imaging assistance, so that they're very particular with how they place it. Like, I don't have a baseline of, you know, getting a regular cortisone injection, so I can't say if that would have been just as good, but I went from not able to put my thumb all the way down, like I couldn't tuck it inside my hand. I could get it to about here, and I couldn't move my wrist like this way at all for, well, probably close to 6 months. And I got that injection, and it took 10 hours, 12 hours before I could start to get a little movement back. And as far as I can tell, I did some actual harm. Because when the seem fairest of them all. Is that the one with Sigourney Weaver? The Snow White with Sigourney Weaver version? Because if so, yes, but it was ages ago, and I also remember it being quite good. Certainly have not seen it on Tubi. Nope, haven't seen that one. I may look for it. I mean, I feel like, how could you not? Does it have a trailer though? I hate when Tubi movies don't have a trailer. I'm not gonna lie, I've wasted an hour or so watching trailers on Tubi at a time.
Just watch the trailer.
Well, not watch the trailers over and over again, but I'll like you get going down like a Tubi rabbit hole, and you keep finding stuff to add to your list. Yeah, I mean, that's not great. I'd rather have that than nothing. But only just. I guess it also depends on kind of like the beginning of the movie too. Like if it just starts playing the movie and all you get through is like the credits, then that's that isn't much of a trailer. That's no help. But if there's like a before credits bump or something, it can at least give you some notion of the tone of the film. I don't know. I still can't believe Tubi is owned by Fox. Have a good night, Shred.
Later.
Yeah, no. Tubi is a Fox property. I don't know in what capacity, but it is. Yeah, technically, so Fox is definitely one of those companies that it kind of feels like one hand doesn't know what the other's doing quite frequently. They had always been Fox owned until they're Disney owned now. Certainly it was initially on Fox. Futurama may or may not have been part of the Disney acquisition. Because Futurama was canceled by Fox and picked back up by Cartoon Network. But yeah, like Disney owns practically everything. Oh yeah, that's right. One of the streaming services picked them up briefly too. Yeah, I think HBO was one of the few major holdouts. But I believe they were acquired by Skydance somewhat recently. And Skydance is a Disney subsidiary of some variety. I think but yeah, the media landscape is getting increasingly bleak. When it comes to who owns what. But I will say, I have a hope that a lot of this dystopian same couple of companies own everything bullshit might actually be good for horror films. Because like I see horror films a lot of times as like they're a little bit like the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia gang. They're not the nouveau poor, because like horror movies were ignored by all the awards for the longest time. They were very much the like redheaded stepchild movies. Wait. If John Lovitz is in it, I'm 100% down. But anyway, like if anybody can, or any genre of films can manage to like make money and, you know, flourish in a media landscape where they're, you know, the big companies are trying to like choke them out, it's gonna be horror movies, because, you know, they're used to it. When you consider that distribution would be somewhat easy to decentralize at this point. And that was always like one of the major stumbling blocks back in the day. Like you could make a movie that was entertaining on the cheap, especially if it was a horror movie, but you couldn't get it to any place that anyone could actually see it. But now that's much easier to do, at least in theory, than it would have been 20 years ago. So I'm always forever hopeful that when people get tired and annoyed with the same old corporate crap, going to be somebody that's made a an insane horror movie that can just really blow up. And I mean, we have, it's not as crazy as it sounds. We've seen it recently with the Terrifier movies. They were pretty independently produced and distributed outside the main channels. And they managed to garner pretty wide acceptance, so it can happen. Happen, and it can happen in markets that are outside the US as well. I've seen some pretty good horror movies come out of the UK. Any updates on the film, Payne? Is it picking up at all? Why are you guessing? Oh, because she's not in mermaid. She's not in mermaid mode. That makes sense. Like the effects have got to be really bad if you have to guess whether it's a mermaid. Well, I mean, Mouthful of blood capsules is something. I don't know. I get that movies don't want to like blow their really big effects heavy sequence early on. They want to kind of like save it up for that pivotal part in the movie. But I think if I was trying to do a smaller, like more independent horror movie, I would front load at least one good effects sequence, you know? Get people hooked. Because we can't be the only ones that turn on a movie and are like, I'll give it its 10 minutes. Mm-hmm.
I closed down the browser with the YouTube in it.
Mm-hmm.
Done that before whilst midstream. I
Oh,
wasn't sure if it would
if it was gonna just
shut
work
off
it.
or not. It looks like
No, it's still working for me. Fine. Little wrinkles in my head here.
oh, it just occurred to me that like I've been meaning to look for another eye mask. Because the
Mm-hmm.
one is
Getting flattened out.
getting all ridiculous. So I
Mhm.
went to Temu.
Mm-hmm.
Check this thing out.
The
The frog.
frog eyes.
Yeah,
You could be Peppy.
I could be Peppy. Do not want to be.
You don't want to be Peppy?
Want to.
Take it back.
What?
Peppy the frog.
Take it back?
Yeah.
Was it mine?
No, like the take it back from the right wing
No.
fucking 4chan neo-Nazis.
I mean, why though?
I don't know. At least the Peppy the Frog thing. Like, I think I'd rather be a fan of that from the before times than I would, like, be a big Punisher fan. That's got... That can't be a great, fun fandom to be a part of. It would feel weird doing this on stream.
Touching his head.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, this has got to be pretty dull to watch because it is repetitive and that's what it is. But on the other hand, like, if somebody pops on that's wanting to like start up sculpting, I've been at it for a long time. Like, this is the stuff that you don't see that often. What?
Is this the thing you keep looking for at the dollar store?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Maybe.
At least it's very close to it. It's a
How would you
brush
feel?
cleaner.
What's that?
I mean,
There's 3 different kinds.
sure. The one in the middle probably wouldn't be any use to me, but
The other 2?
the other 2 would be. It depends on the cost.
$4.
I think you can actually get.
You can get single one for the same
Yeah.
price.
Well, I saw some of them that looked like, I think they were a set of like a half dozen or 5 of them, of the smaller ones, for like $4 or $5. It's the same one. It's not like a set of different
5
ones.
pieces, 1 set. Yeah. Okay.
But that would actually be,
This.
yeah, like that would actually be weirdly good for my purposes because I could go and.
I'm just gonna put it in the cart. Not gonna
Okay.
order it.
Well, yeah, if you want to stick it in the cart. Good. My wife is Temu shopping for me because she's awesome like that. She knows I'm not big on buying my own goodies. She goes hunting weird stuff for me. But yeah, like if somebody was tuned into this and like popped in because they wanted to pick up some like sculpture tips, you hardly see this kind of stuff being done anywhere. And it's, I mean, it's almost a cheat code. It's so effective. Doing texture. Like some of this little finishing stuff and like and blocking in stages. If somebody was asking me how to learn how to sculpt stuff by watching videos online, like that's where I would direct them. Leave the bike here for a second, and then we'll get into why Tinkerbell is snorting coke. one's kind of oh, there we go.
We don't need to do this right now.
That's
Okay, so what do you need these for?
the same thing I need everything for.
Oh.
Okay, so Tinkerbell is snorting coke.
It's like a rubber symbol.
It's like a rubber thimble. They are a texturing tool that Micah uses quite. I haven't tried them. So
Okay.
I thought I might do. I trust Micah.
Okay.
Well, okay. Micah primarily works in that's from Micah
Feral
from
Works.
Feral Works.
Yeah.
Micah primarily works in Chavant, not Monster Clay.
Mhm.
So not everything translates exactly perfect from one to the other. But if Micah thinks it's worth using, it's at the very least it's worth a try. Just do a little bit of burnishing with the finger. And now I'll have to come back through and do more obviously directional type wrinklage, because that's very much just sort of at random first pass kind of thing. But I mean, I don't know if you can, I don't know how close I can get this to the camera before it goes blurry. Like that's just the first
Move
pass.
it to the left a bit. Left. Yep. Down. Do you want me to focus?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Does it need focusing? Like this is just first.
Still.
That's weird.
What?
Oh, I guess it's because of the lag.
There's a delay.
But yeah, like that's just the very first pass.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of random direction with just that couple of little tools. And it's not awful skin texture. Like in a pinch, in areas that you aren't going to be really focusing on, that might very well be enough. Yeah, I mean that's just literally a little.
Is it super effective?
It is super effective. I mean, there's a reason why I said it feels like a cheat code. It's so good for so little effort. And then you just, you come in and you reinforce a few wrinkles here and there. To make sure that it had, like, that the wrinkles are compressing. So, like, okay, let's explain some stuff. I don't know if you want to make note of time. You were talking about taking a clip out of things. This might be a section to do that in.
Okay.
So like when you're doing wrinkles, just to define terms, I'm going to call wrinkles the smaller surface stuff, and folds are these bigger areas of form. Oftentimes, your wrinkles on your surface will follow these larger folds, because that's basically where the skin has smooshed itself. That's what that fold is showing. It's the direction of compression. Or rather, it's the folds tend to be across the direction of compression. So just demonstrate really fast here. So I'm just mashing out a little sheet of clay. We're going to make that a stand-in for skin. Okay, so if I take this piece of pretend skin and I compress it, I take point A and point B and push them together, it folds parallel to the direction of the compression. Now this happens on a big level where you get these folds, but it also will happen on a small level. So your wrinkles that are slightly larger wrinkles, your compressive wrinkles, are going to fall along that same direction as your folds primarily. But even if you stretch your skin all the way out, doubt you can see this because my hands are very I have soft ladylike hands. But even if I stretch it out as far as I can, there's some surface wrinkles that are sort of fixed. They might tend to follow along with the way your skin is most frequently compressed. You've heard of like laugh lines, I think is the term that people use. Those little crinkles that you get at the corner of your eyes. People that like think about like that actor there that argues with chairs on Republican Clint Eastwood. So he was always squinting in his movie. So he's got these strong, squinty wrinkles. But those are the ones that they will stay, and you often have very, very surface level wrinkles that run in kind of their own direction. Like they kind of do what they do. They might follow the same direction of primary folds and wrinkles, but they could go the opposite direction just as well. Some of that's going to come down to like skin texture. If you have like, you know, fairly soft skin, those wrinkles are not going to be pronounced at all. You might not even really see them. Certainly not on a scale like this. If I was doing somebody with like very soft skin, or even just like normal skin, you probably wouldn't see these you would see the compressive folds, but you wouldn't see the really small surface stuff that's going to tend to run in all directions. In certain spots, it might predominantly follow your folds. Like take for example here at the corner of the eye. So at the places like the corner of the eye, even these really small wrinkles might tend to run the way that this compresses, because the eye rarely, if ever, is going to compress in this direction. But in normal places, especially like broader areas in the chest and stuff, you're going to have some wrinkles that run in both directions, because the skin across here is going to be compressed and stretched occasionally in both directions. But your bigger wrinkles are going to follow your folds and compression. So for example, like if I want to make a flabby breast, so if I'm doing like a hag-like character, like she's lost some breast tissue over the years and the skin hasn't rebounded, the majority of those baggy folds that really give the sense of that soft emptied out skin, they're gonna follow this compression that's happening sort of up and down. It's the direction that it smushes as it sags. But if you have like really crazy rough skin, you're going to have some wrinkles over the top that might run in the opposite direction. And those are like really surface wrinkles. And those are your really finest ones. So a real effective way of doing that is with a tool like this. This will give you, for almost no effort, and this is just a cat brush, at the cost of almost no time and effort, a random pattern of wrinkles. It's not as good for the larger folds and directional ones, but for those surface level, the ones that stay in the skin and allow it to stretch and expand and compress on a really small level, those are going to be easy to build with that. And if you make sure that you have larger wrinkles wherever you've got, so the head is bending to the side and back, so we've got some good compression here. I'm going to build some wrinkles in that follow that form. And that's how you get really, like, that's how you get effective surface texture, is just a combination of this like observed or thinking about what does the skin do, and how do I reinforce that, how do I show that visually that it's smushing or sagging or doing what it's doing. You combine that with this kind of randomness going on, and that's how you get your most effective wrinkles, your surface textures. It's almost always going to be a balancing act between control and chaos. If you have too much of the chaos, stuff just doesn't make sense. It doesn't communicate, and it won't look believable. But if you don't have any, and you're really carefully drawing in every little wrinkle, stuff is going to look fake and labored. Unless you're like, you know, a real absolute genius at observing and you have the really good reference and you really follow it, you can make stuff look pretty good by being super anal retentive, but it will take forever, and that's not ideal either. Yeah, if we clip this out and we put it on the YouTube at some point, we'll add this at the end. Go find Feral Works videos on YouTube about making wrinkles. Go find his post on that he made on neck wrinkles and pin that. You can watch a real expert at texture show how many iterations and how many layers it takes of just, you know, organize your wrinkles, make them make sense, and then muss them up so they're not boring. And you just get a little closer each time. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, so I am going to take a guess that next Tuesday we will not be streaming, but if we are, I'll make it a point to post on Instagram that we will be streaming. But don't be surprised if we're off next Tuesday. Anyway, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for watching.
Right. So we will see you guys soon.
We will see you soon.
Bye.